it's like you read my questions beforehand, but I said this next question was stop wasting time on unqualified leads by following some steps. And I was going to ask for those steps. Can you go a little deeper? I know you already touched on it, but just maybe just a hair more of like, what are those?
The first step is truly understanding the demographic and psychographic of your ideal client.
Yeah.
Like, who are they? Where are they? What do they believe in? What are their priorities? What are they looking for? What are their values? And so that's the first step. Like, if you don't know where your client is or what makes them great for you, you can't ask the right questions. Right? The day of like, I'm a flooring company and everybody with a floor is a great referral for me is bull. Like, that doesn't work anymore, right? So I think a big part of it is understanding what makes your best clients your best clients. That's absolutely step one. Because if you know what about them, the house size, the location, the job type, the problem set that they have that you know you can solve the best, if you don't know the answers to that, you physically can't qualify them because you don't even know what you're looking for. So I would say like the steps would be figure out the demographics and psychographics of your ideal client, and then basically figure out what questions will get those answers.
Yeah. Can you give an example of like, are you talking about like the questions you ask a lead to qualify them? Like, what, can you just give me like one or two examples of that?
Well, like the biggest one would be like, hey, what's the biggest problem you're hoping to solve by calling me?
Boom. Yeah.
Right? Like, because I'm all about problem solving. If there's no problem, there's no sale.
Yeah.
So one of the first questions is, hey, thank you so much for reaching out. Like, what's the biggest thing you're hoping I can solve for you?
Yeah.
Because solving a problem is more valuable than giving a transaction.
Yeah.
So like, hey, I got to sell my house, and we found this. The inspector found this crack in the crawl space, and I don't really know what to do about it. Great. Well, can I ask you a couple of questions to see, like, make sure I'm the right fit for you? Well, how big is the crack? Where is the crack located? Have you considered, do you understand the cost range of what something like this is gonna go for? Not the budget. What's your budget for that? Do you understand what it's going to cost to accomplish the problem or solving the problem that you have? So that's an example of a few questions. But the biggest one is, what's the biggest problem you're hoping I can solve for you is by far the best question that I have found that you can ask.